How was your undercover job?
Reacher? How'd you know I was undercover?
Considering the circumstances, you would have come right away. But you didn't, which can only mean you didn't get our messages until recently. If you were on vacation, you would have checked in with your office periodically. So you had to be working undercover, deep undercover, where frequent check-ins aren't always possible.
Same old Reacher. Corporate embezzlement case. Stuck in Texas so long, I started to think I actually liked cowboy boots and high school football.
Still got your fake ID with you?
Yeah?
Good. Use it to rent the car.
What's with all the secrecy?
Neely O'Donnell and I have been flagged in the system. And I punched out a cop.
Of course you did. Good. Glad to see you're still here.
Feel like I'm never gonna leave. If it's reported at any Army base anywhere in the world, no matter how minor the infraction, we're copied on it.
Well, anything jump out at you?
Yeah, a rat the size of a honeydew about 20 minutes ago.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's back in those boxes somewhere.
Gross. Well, speaking of rats, I think I smell one. A commanding officer at a base in Afghanistan thinks someone's stealing aviation fuel.
Siphoning off gas to resell it on the side? Not exactly the kind of priority case the Army wants us taking on.
Right, but see, I don't think anybody's stealing and reselling anything. Take a look at these numbers. They always tell a story. See, I noticed that every time fuel went missing from the base, it was always after a specific flight.
Whenever C-17s ferried Humvees back home to the States.
I mean, it's a minor detail, but in an investigation, details matter.
I like that. I'm gonna use it.
It's mine is yours.
So, you have a theory?
Yeah, there's been no indication of black market fuel sales anywhere on or around the base. So how does all that fuel go missing?
Best way to make gas disappear is to burn it up.
Exactly. Now, Neely's got the bulk fuel experience, and she thinks all the Humvee flights are intentionally being overfueled. But when those planes land, the amount of fuel in the tanks is exactly what's expected, and that gets logged into the books. So how does that happen?
The excess fuel is being used to transport more weight than people realize is on the plane.
Yeah.
Something heavy and secret is being moved.
Exactly. Contraband in the Humvees, drugs, guns, stolen cash, all of the above.
Good work, Dixon. You just found a case worthy of our attention.
I don't know about you, but all this sleuthing's made me thirsty. I'll go celebrate. Will you buy me a drink?
Watching truth come grain by grain, just for once. I want to hear that something is mine. Oh, tell me it's time. Tell me it's time.
O'Donnell and Neely found the bar. It's fully stocked. For long and packed.
Yep.
You'll find out soon enough, Dixon.
You're pregnant?
What? No, shit no.
No, she's engaged. What, you didn't know? Someone finally lassoed our little filly.
No. Didn't.
Yeah, well, about that, you guys can unsave the date.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I've always been a numbers gal, always had a life plan. Plan said to get married at a certain age, a certain year. And then one day I see text messages on his phone. It says, "Hey, sweetheart, can't wait to see you Friday. I miss you," and all of that.
No one steps out on Dixon.
Not even him, apparently. Text messages were from his niece, who was visiting. But I realized that when I thought he was cheating, I was relieved. I mean, he's a decent man. I don't know, if you're gonna spend the rest of your life with somebody, don't you want to feel something more than comfort? I mean, don't you want to feel excitement, a little jolt of something when you see him? Anyways, you know, for a moment I thought I was gonna get out of it with no mess and no guilt, but instead I got out of it with
a lot of mess and a whole lot of guilt.
Bingo.
Good for you. Carla Dixon doesn't settle.
Thank you. Thanks for coming with. Late night walks always clear my head. And after the text I got from Neely about Franz, my head's been kind of cloudy, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised you can walk at all with all the casino's money in your pockets. Can I assume the forensic accountant's gonna declare that cash on our taxes?
Those crooks? If there's anybody I could audit. Actually, it's kind of my dream job.
Current gig doesn't give you your auditing fix.
No, I'm just busting millionaires from stealing from billionaires. What I really want to do is go after government corruption and waste. I used to work for Uncle Sam, you know what I'm talking about.
$600 toilet seats.
Exactly. I mean, if tax money was spent efficiently, honestly, I mean, we could fix roads and bridges and schools. Like, we could help people who actually need help. We could make a difference.
You should do it.
Yeah, well, I looked into starting my own nonprofit watchdog group, but startup costs are prohibitive.
First step's always the hardest.
Yeah. Is that why? Back in the day, you and I never happened. First steps were the hardest.
How much did you drink back at the hotel room?
Enough to ask you that question. I mean, come on, Reacher. It's not like I didn't drop any hints.
I was your boss. It wouldn't have been right.
Wow. Well, I waited years for that answer, and it's pure Reacher. Direct, honest, and well-reasoned.
Anything on New Age?
Yeah. Looks like New Age is an aerospace company.
Any ties to Atlantic City?
Not that I can see. Headquarters are based in New York. Looks like a piece of shrapnel bit me. I didn't notice with all the adrenaline pumping.
Barely winged you. Here.
What you doing?
What my mom used to do when the alcohol stopped.
You know, you're probably just blowing germs into it.
Probably. But it feels good.
Thanks.
Welcome.
You know, Reacher, it's perfectly normal to be lonely sometimes. Anyone living their life the way you do would. You don't have to be lonely tonight. And you're not my boss anymore.
There's no better time to get a move on. To move on from you. Just you move on.
Morning,
I
Dixon.
need to talk to you about what happened last night.
Oh, the whole hotel heard what happened last night.
Told you were loud. Okay. Everyone ready?
Let's go listen to some boring-ass music. And wash your mouth, boss. You're catching flies.
We've been attacked by bikers, shot at by hitmen, and almost blown up. I mean, to put it mildly, I've got some pent-up tension. I know you've got this rule. sleep when you can, but
It's not that firm of a rule.
Every day's a struggle just to survive. I look on the world sometimes with tears in my eyes. They say, "Don't worry." They claim that things are getting better every day.
Reacher. What's going through your mind right now?
Nothing. Just how the last big case we all had together. How it all went to shit at the end.
And you're worried how this one's gonna end?
Part of it.
Which part? Swan. You've done so much for me. I mean, for all of us. You trained us. So when the time comes, I'll do it. I'll kill Swan.
Got her address. Seriously?
IP address or address?
Both. As soon as Jane started gaming, she sucks, by the way. I had tech services in my office track her down. Got us a location an hour away. Appuyez-vous vite, patron.
She should have used the informal too. Everyone I trust with my life, or anyone else's, is already involved in this thing. Even Finley up in Boston.
What about Roscoe? You trust her?
Who's Roscoe?
She's a friend back in Margrave.
Good. You're awake.
I thought you'd gone.
I did. Got you a present. Now you can actually get yourself something with the money. Please, Richard. You deserve it. Do it for me.
Okay.
There's something else you can do.
Name it.
Come home with me. I really want you to meet my parents. I'm fucking with you. Look, I don't know about you, but I see what we've been doing these past few days. Not so much as new business, but old business.
Old business that really needed to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Damn right it did.
And before this meeting's adjourned, I think this particular item needs one last going over.
I second that motion. But I saw O'Donnell out front and I told him that I'd share a cab with him to the airport, so I've only got a minute.
This might take more than a minute.
That's not what O'Donnell said.
Mama told